Okay. Yo, 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 yo. What up, 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 what up? Um, I want to talk about Sarri. I think that's the best place for us to start. I think the key thing now is for us to start with Sarri, and just to say what's up with Sarri. Um, why didn't you start with this team to begin with? So, guys, look, man, on this live agenda today, just to say, as the title says, we're going to address the Chelsea lineup. Because I think, as I said, I'm going to go into the detail of the match fully, like in my full review. But this is just talking about the lineup, Sarri in particular, talking about Tottenham's new stadium, and also Man City pretty much getting back on top. So those are the things right there that we have on the agenda. But my main thing is, why did it take this long for Maurizio Sarri to come up with this team? Why? Why did it take them this long? Why did it not? I mean, why did it take them this long for him to come up with this kind of team in particular? Because this is what everybody has been screaming for, particularly Chelsea fans. That like when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, this is the Chelsea team that should have played pretty much most of the season. Because someone criticized me and said, okay, look, man, why do you always have to drag Sarri and everything? Why can't you just be happy? No. Yo, I didn't what's up, man. This is not about dragging anybody. This is simply about being realistic and trying to get to the bottom of the matter. Why did it take him this long for him to choose this particular team? Because this is what Chelsea have been screaming for, this setup. Why did he persist in Barkley? Why has he persisted in Alonso? Why hasn't he really gone in for Hudson-Odoi? Because the scary thing about it is that, which is why I'm still keeping tabs on Sarri. That has to be one of Chelsea's best performances of the season. I think they probably had better performances near the beginning of the season, but it is arguably one of their best performances this season, based on just how the ball was moved, how they looked and everything. So my whole thing about it for Sarri is, first of all, why did he even start this lineup? Based on what happened in the previous game and based on his adulation for Willian Nedro, you know, that's the two-headed monster, Willian Nedro. What's made him believe that, you know what, now this is definitely the time to go with this lineup? Because it's weird. He has basically, this is Chelsea's strongest setup, and he's never chosen this lineup. Because remember, and it was the most shocking thing when I listened to it, when the commentator said this is Hudson-Odoi's first Premier League start of the season. His first start of the season. That's just madness. That in itself is madness. For this to be his first start of the season. So that's why, as of right now, I'm confused. I'm confused. I say I'm putting the whole Chelsea thing to one side. I will go into detail about that performance in a separate video, but I'm happy to answer questions and so forth about the game. But this is about my confusion. What made Sarri go with this team? What was it that changed his mind, changed his brain and say, you know what, no, this is the team that I want to go for? Because Chelsea have had performances like the performance they had against Cardiff before. They've had all those performances, and after those performances, Sarri has still stuck by his guns. Because Sarri's excuse of like Hudson-Odoi, he's too young, he's not ready yet. That is what, and also like, see that, you know, that's really annoys me when managers use that, especially for Sarri, since it's Sarri here. But it's very annoying when people use the whole thing of, oh, he's too young, he's not ready yet. You all know what the whole Moise Kean guy is doing. I'll briefly get to Moise Kean and Bonucci. But the thing about it is, and you look at the Bundesliga, Jadon Sancho is 18 and he's one of the most exciting players in the Bundesliga. He's one of the first names on the team sheets in Dortmund. And as I speak, Dortmund are sitting on top of the Bundesliga table. For Sarri, I don't care whether you're old school or what era you're on. If you're a manager, it's about picking the best team. It's not about picking, oh, he's senior, he's not ready. I don't care whether you're 7 years old or you're 60 years old. Who are my best players? Callum Hudson-Odoi brings more to the table and as of right now is better than Willian and Pedro. I sound like a broken record, but I'll say it again. Pedro has not been relevant since 2011. Willian is inconsistent. When Willian is at his best, he is quality. But when Willian is bad, he is horrible. So you're either going to get pretty damn effective or pretty damn horrible. Hudson-Odoi, and that's the key thing. Because what's my biggest worry about this match was Hudson-Odoi would play this game and he wouldn't be that great. And by doing that, people would say, oh my gosh, well, like, I started him and he wasn't that great. Football is about gaining a rhythm. And that's the key thing about this team. It's about getting used to the vibe. If you don't play for 5 games and you get thrown into one game and you don't play that well, it's very hard to judge you by that one game. If you have a string of 5, 6 starts and you've been crap for 3 or 4 of them, boom, I've given you a chance to get the hell out of there. Same as the same arguments with Coutinho. Coutinho has started several games. He's been played in several games for Barcelona and he's flopped. So therefore, he's been given his chances and he cannot say anything. This was Hudson-Odoi's first start. His first start. Because right now, so for Sarri right now, I mean, bro, you have no more excuses anymore now. Like Hudson-Odoi now has to start. So, because that's why the most aggravating thing is, my gosh, you knew this was the strongest lineup. You knew it was the strongest lineup. But it took you this long to put these guys out. Giroud was always the guy you should have gone for. He was always the guy to go for because of his link play and him being the target man. Hudson-Odoi can cross the ball. He can cross the ball. Just forget about the stuff. He can cross the ball. Loftus-Cheek is a better player categorically than Ross Barkley. Categorically better. And as far as that midfield, he's just categorically better. Emerson ain't the greatest wing back in the world. But an ant, no offense to that, an ant, you know an ant that you see on the way? An ant provides more than Alonso. Alonso is arguably the most useless human being on our planet. That's me keeping it 3 stacks. That's me keeping it 3 stacks. That homeboy is arguably one of the most useless people out there. So this was the lineup. Remember, guys, I will try and look through your comments. I am looking at your comments and everything. But if there is a question you desperately want me to answer, hit the super chats. Hit the super chats. Support your boy. Support the channel. I will give you a shout out and I will definitely answer your question. If not, after I'm done with the schedule, then I will get to some of your comments in that. And yep, I can see it. You know, Hudson-Odoi. What was it saying? Yeah, look, I'll get to Prince and everything. But see, look, I'll get back to Sarri and everything. But so Tottenham. Now I saw, because obviously I was watching the Chelsea game mainly, but I saw a few of things. So guys, either in the live comments or in the comments below, how good does our new stadium look that Tottenham have? Because my main thing about the whole thing is like, glad that Tottenham won. Isn't it funny? Who was the first guy to score at Tottenham's new stadium? Yo, Liverpool, everybody, what up, Black? What up, baby? Who was the first guy to score? I can't eat so right now. Sorry. No, I mean, at least later I've got my Jaffa cakes over there. So the first guy to score at Tottenham's new stadium. Son. How apt. A player who I believe is Tottenham's best attacking player. He was the guy that scored the first goal in Tottenham's new stadium. But I think the key thing about it was, I think Pochettino was saying that he wants this stadium to really galvanize Tottenham. And I think it can be huge because look at what the Wanda Metropolitano has done for Atletico. I believe that it has really galvanized them and really sort of like elevated the team and given them much more belief. So I think for Tottenham, they can definitely use this stadium as a booster to be like, you know what, what's up, let's ride. Speaking of which, so Tottenham fans, so this stadium, is it going to be used in the Champions League? Just tell me in the comments below. So will City go to this stadium for the Champions League? Do Tottenham play in the stadium for the Champions League? Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments. Because that's what I want to know. Because if it is, then that's huge. If they have the stadium for the Champions League, then that's huge. Okay. All right, yeah. All right, nice one. Okay. That's big. That's huge. For me, it doesn't change things. I still believe City will win, but it makes my Champions League preview interesting. It doesn't change things. I still feel that City are too strong and Tottenham have an inferiority complex of Man City, and I expect Man City to beat them over 2 legs. But Tottenham having that new stadium, I think, throws a little spanner in the works. It just throws a little spanner in the works. It just says, you know what, boom. Because that's the key thing. If they can use that new stadium, they just extrapolate whatever psychology you want from it and just say, you know what, let's ride. It makes things interesting. I would say it just makes things interesting. So what else are we saying here? So City back on top of the table. You know, look, I mean, it was always going to happen. So 2-0, clean clear. Good to see De Bruyne back on the sheets. And see, that's the thing about City, man. Which is why I just think that these guys can't be stopped. They don't have one goal scorer they rely upon. They're not a one-man team. Aguero can score, De Bruyne can score, Leroy Sané can score, Sterling can score, Bernardo Silva can score. All these guys can score. And I just think that when you're dealing with a team who are this good, where 5 or 6 different kind of goal scorers can get that ass, I don't know how these guys don't win this league title. Like, as I said again, the FA Cup is a wrap. Brighton ain't touching these boys. It's not happening. And I feel the league's a wrap. So obviously Liverpool have to do their business against Southampton on Saturday, and obviously, on Friday, because they play on Friday. So they've got to make that. They've got to make that happen. And of course, you now have the whole thing with what are we saying? City playing Brighton on the Saturday. But for me, I just still feel like if Man City, they're too strong. And I think one thing that is interesting though is this whole Player of the Season award, because people have said that if City win, Raheem Sterling gets the award. If Liverpool win, Van Dijk gets the award. But is there a scenario? Is there a possible scenario that Man City win, but Van Dijk can still get the award? Because even if City do win, Sterling has had an amazing season. But I feel it's been pretty much a team effort. Sterling hasn't literally carried them to the title. Like Zand worked with Scraps 2015, carried them to the flipping title. Mahrez was superb and amazing when Leicester City won the title that time. So Kante as well was amazing when Chelsea won that title. So those were standout performers. Has Sterling been a standout performer for Man City this season? That's what I want to know. Like, this is not beef. I'm one of the biggest Sterling fans out there. So that's what I want to know. So now, I don't want to dwell on this too long, but I think the stuff is out there because I don't want to dwell on this too long. But I just want to give my 4-5 cents on this. So look, I am bored. I'm bored. I am bored about talking about racism and racial incidents in football in the year 2019. I'm bored. It's boring. It doesn't excite me. So, like, a lot of people have been giving Bonucci a lot of heat about him saying it's 50-50, blah, 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 you shouldn't provoke and everything. There are a lot of people who think like Bonucci, especially in Italy, namely UEFA. I came to realize some years ago that UEFA don't care about getting rid of racism. All UEFA wants is like, okay, just get all your rage outs for one week, put all your hashtags, it will boil over, rinse, repeat. Okay, another racial incident. Oh, say no to racism. We'll do our best to fight racism. Bring John Barnes to talk about something. Bring your talking black guy to talk about racism. Okay, is that cool? All right, good. We're done. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I'm not a moron. I'm not a fool. I'm not an idiot. It's not how I roll. So, it's not how I roll. Because if UEFA really wanted to get rid of this, stadium bans, you look at you deduct points, and you cause so much havoc towards the club that have their fans doing this, where you punish everyone, things will change. That the only way that human beings will change is if you put harsh punishments. If you put harsh punishments, people won't change. Human beings are dogs. They are dogs. We're animals. We only understand fear and through harshness. That's the only way that human beings will learn, especially the guys who do this, who are the lowest of the low. These guys are the lowest form of creatures we have on our planet. You know, they're the lowest form that we have on our planet. They're not yet developed. So, but the key thing to realize that I need to put out there is I don't want to, I'm not doing another crap hashtag. I don't want to see any no to racism tags. I don't want to see any no to racism adverts by UEFA. All that is a pile of crap. Kick it out. No, shut the hell up. That's all a pile of crap. Because UEFA, if you really wanted to change this, you'd put harsher punishments, but you don't. Because most of you guys are either racist or, in your view, you're like, but don't you wear? This is just part and parcel of the game. If you provoke, people will be racist towards you. So the fact of the matter, guys, is this will not change. Because UEFA don't want this to change. So as I've always said, I'm here to analyze football. I will always bring up these topics and give my views on the topics, but I come at it from a real logical standpoint. I don't come at it from a sappy like, hey, say no to racism, hashtag no racism, racism is so bad, oh, and I don't want to support myself. Oh, shut the hell up and get real. Shut the hell up and get real. So that's my something. Back to that was loud. Back to Chelsea and Sarri. Europa. Chelsea winning the Europa League. Chelsea are winning the Europa League. I'll be back. I know that may sound rude. That may sound obnoxious, but Chelsea are winning the Europa League. Van Dijk winning no Ballon d'Or this year. Wait, are you mad? Ballon d'Or? What? Are you crazy? So, I believe Chelsea can take this Europa League, man. I believe that they can. So, so some dude on this thing says that I'm racist because I say stay black. Let me say something to you right now. Stay black is a term of endearment. Okay? Stay black is a state of mind. So, me saying stay black means be aware, be cool, be knowledgeable, and know what you're about. Something like that. So, back to the Chelsea winning the Europa. Chelsea, with this lineup, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. They are winning Europa. Deal with it. Accept it. What's the question? What Spanish said? Live with it. Accept it. Accept your fate. With this lineup, Zad is leading them to the Europa win. It's destiny. It's destiny. Zad will lead these guys to a Europa win. I believe in it. I believe Zad can do it. So my thing about it is this, man, is that it's not going to be easy because this top four race just doesn't make any sense. So speaking of which, so United losing, Tottenham winning. I believe Tottenham now are ahead. So I think Chelsea are fourth, Tottenham are fifth. So I think Chelsea might be fourth, Tottenham fifth, and I think United sixth. So look, the Europa won't be easy because Frankfurt with Jovic are tricky. Like for me, like I'm looking at whoever comes out of that Spanish encounter between Villarreal and Valencia, most likely Valencia, I believe, because Villarreal are a bunch of bricks. Even if Chukwueze is top four, and of course the Frankfurt game, Frankfurt against Benfica, but Frankfurt are a tough team. So from super chats from CFC Anuj, Double H Hazard is top one. Had enough of the agenda. Now I wouldn't go that far. CFC Anuj, thank you very much for your super chats. I won't go so far to say Zad is better than Lionel Messi. But if you don't admit that Zad is top 5, you're mad. That's the key thing. If you don't admit that Zad is top 5, you're a psychopath. Because he is. And that's not me being rude. That's just me being fully real. You know. Let me just that's just me being fully real. That's just me being fully real. Let me just okay. He is. You cannot deny ability-wise, Zad is top 5. Ability-wise, Zad is top 5. You cannot deny this stuff because you have to watch the games. Don't look at goals. Don't look at assists. Look at what he's doing every time he has the ball. Look at how much he's contributing to the team over 90 minutes. Look at what he's doing creatively, playmaking-wise, and just how he's involved and he engineers almost every single thing that Chelsea are involved with. Every single thing goes through him. His influence on the game is humongous. It's massive. Another two super chats here from Ogopa. Which team will City drop points against? Palace, Spurs, or United? Good question. I like that question. Thank you, Ogopa, for your super chat. City will not drop points against Tottenham. Let's discuss United and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is Man City's bogey team. Now, I believe that match is away. Because they lost to Crystal Palace, I think, was their first L of the season, and that was at their crib. Now, this match is away at Crystal Palace's crib. That's a tricky game. And as I've always said, because I thought they'd already played Crystal Palace twice. Man United was always a game that I said, forget about what United are doing, whether they're winning or losing. That's Manchester derby and how United are playing. That's a tricky game because the Manchester derby scenario and atmosphere changes the whole climate of the game. It changes the whole climate of the game. So, but if I was to pick one of those three, I would say they drop points against Crystal Palace. Away from home, for some reason, it's just a really bad matchup. I think that's the game that they drop points in, man. I think it's them. So I think that's definitely one for them to look forward to. So who has seen the new Joker trailer? Let's talk. Let's talk. Remember, guys, this is a free forum. This is a free forum where we can talk. We can talk openly. Who has seen the new Joker trailer? Joaquin Phoenix is the best actor of his generation. And I remember when I first saw Joaquin Phoenix, and I think for most people was in Gladiator. And when I just saw him in Gladiator, I was like, this dude is unlike any other. He's unlike any other um, actor that I've ever seen. And for me, I'm not a fan of there being a Joker movie because I believe that the Joker needs Batman. That's the yin to his yang. Joker needs a Batman. But my excitement for that is Joaquin Phoenix and just his acting ability because this guy his acting is his tier one. Arguably Chief Oga. Like if you watch The Master, this guy is arguably Chief Oga. So just looking at that trailer, I am super excited for the film. And it comes out on my birthday. We do not crazy. The film comes out on my birthday, so hopefully, that can be hopefully a nice birthday present for moi, But yeah, man, no. But because my hope for the film is I don't want it to be related to anything to do with like the expanded universe, blah blah blah, like he meets Batman or something. I just want it to be a standalone film in and of itself. That's it. A standalone film in and of itself, not involved with anything at all, man. So, but yeah, so briefly back to this whole Premier League title race, man. As I said again, Liverpool do have a chance. They always have a chance mathematically, but it is not looking likely. Let's just check out Man City. So Man City's games. So Man City, so Brighton Saturday, then away to Tottenham. Now then they're away to Crystal Palace next Sunday. Then they have Tottenham in the second leg, and Tottenham again. So, oh my! So basically, this is it. These next 2 weeks pretty much will decide the title because so Palace, Tottenham, Man United. Then after that, it's Burnley, Leicester City, Man City. So wait, let's look at Liverpool now. So where Liverpool are concerned, so for Liverpool, so Southampton on Friday. So guys, whew, Mamma mia. So Liverpool play Porto on Tuesday, Sunday, Chelsea. So for Liverpool, that's it. Because after that, it's Cardiff City away, Huddersfield at home, Newcastle away, Wolves at home. So if Liverpool can beat Chelsea, boom, that's their one tough game. Done. So City definitely have the harder running. City definitely have the harder running, for sure. So if City beats United, beats Tottenham, beats Palace, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a complete wrap. If they do that, it's a complete wrap. It's a complete wrap. Those are just the top because obviously it's weird. The Tottenham game I don't think is tough. The two tough games for City is Crystal Palace away and Man United away. Those are the two tough ones. And I think Pep and the team knows that if we come through those with wins, it's all plain sailing. Like that is what's going to define the Premier League. That's what's going to define the Premier League. guys, forget about Tottenham. Tottenham are not involved in this whole thing because Tottenham, I believe, have an inferiority complex towards Man City. I do feel like if there's an inferiority complex, so it didn't happen for those boys. Let me see. Still the champions. So, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I think from guys, WrestleMania. I told you I was a huge wrestling fan back in the day. I was a huge WWF fan back in the day. But I think as of right now, I mean, I've only come in and out, and I also sometimes watch the Royal Rumble. I will be watching the WrestleMania, because I'm a huge fan of Kofi Kingston, because this guy does amazing things in the ring. So I just think that's what's gonna really bring me back and say, yeah, I'm definitely gonna give that a watch. And who knows? I mean, it's all about the storylines, but if they do make Kofi, I have a feeling that he's gonna lose. I just have a feeling that there might be like a cheating job or some kind of cheatery or effery or something that will stop him from winning the title. But if he does, I think it'll be pretty cool though. Let's just look at the table right now. So, wow. So Man City have won their last five games. Damn. So obviously, City 1 point ahead. So so the table is as is. So Tottenham played 32, 64 points. Arsenal played 31, 63 points. Chelsea played 32, 63 points. United played 32, 61 points. So it is very, very close. Very, very, very close. I still believe that it's going to be Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and probably Man United. Like, I just have because the whole thing about it is that now if Homeboy sticks with this team and this lineup, if Sarri sticks with this lineup, then yeah, Chelsea have a great chance. But I think Sarri is mad. I just think he would just throw in this lineup for it. I would not be surprised. That just shows how sick this is. I would not be surprised if for the next game, Sarri just puts out a whole different team. Or maybe he's putting everything into the whole Europa League, which I think is stupid. And as Liverpool learned when they pretty much forgo the Wolves game, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. Because Chelsea, like the top four there is definitely feasible. Like, put it this way. I believe that it's the easier thing to attain for Chelsea is top four than the Europa League. 100%. Europa League is very complex. But as complex as it is, we have to believe in that. We have to believe in that. If Chelsea are fully fit, fully involved, fit, and everything, it's a possibility. It's a strong. I mean, with that lineup, Cheek, Giroud, all those boys, I think they can bring that thing home. I think they can bring that thing home. All right, let's see what some of you guys have been saying. Remember, guys, if you definitely want your questions to be read out, use the super chats. Use the super chat. I will read your question out, give you a shout out, and I will answer your question for sure. But if not, if I see your question, I say it. If not, I don't support. So that's how we're riding in here. Will Atlanta qualify for the Champions League? Possibly. But I think basically, if you take Juve out of it, the fight for top four in the Serie is getting very, very, very close. So that's already thinking. So look, I was always like, I believe, like when Liverpool drew against West Ham, that's when the title was done. Like, because remember, I was sitting in the UFF studios when City lost to Newcastle. When that happened, I was like, this is Liverpool's opportunity. If Liverpool had reacted appropriately, 100%. 100%. Then I tell no. Then I believe that Liverpool would have, because that was a turning point. City losing to Newcastle should have been a turning point, because what should have happened if Liverpool were really on it was they lose to Newcastle, Liverpool take care of business in their upcoming games, then we have a whole different conversation. But Liverpool just didn't. They did not take care of business, man. I'm sorry. They did not take care of business, man. They just did not make it happen. So, and they only have themselves to blame. You only have yourselves to blame, but not really taking them things seriously, man. But yeah, so obviously, so this weekend, I mean, look, this weekend is huge, man. This weekend is huge because we've got Barcelona, Atletico, and we've got the Clásica. So it is definitely massive, and I think those are the Bayern Dortmund game. For me, that's the game everyone should tune into. La Liga is done. La Liga is a done. Like Atletico have a 0% chance of winning La Liga. Sorry, I know that may not be the right thing to say. They have a 0% chance of winning La Liga. It's not happening. It's 100% not happening. So, like, that game is Bayern Dortmund. Oh yeah, I heard about the Bayern against what is it, Heidenheim or Heidenheiser. So, like, I mean, that's going to be a great game. Like that, I can't wait for, because that could be. See, I'm not sure how pivotal that game will be. If Bayern win, I'm sure that Bayern will not continue to drop points, and I will bet everything I own. If Dortmund win that game, Dortmund will most definitely still drop points. So Dortmund those are tip, because they should have been home and dry. Remember, they were like 9 points clear. So if anybody can drop points, it is Dortmund. Those are the guys that can fully drop points. So, yeah, I mean, between those two, I have no idea who's going to win. I have absolutely no idea who's going to win between those two. So, David De Gea, man, because I keep seeing this in the news, man, just to look at some news to actually. Let me even grab my phone. So, the belief is that David De Gea is wow, this thing is not, it's not going to fully charged. He doesn't want to sign a contract. Now, my thing is, I really believe that oh wow, 4-0. I really believe that Real. So okay. Do Real Madrid need De Gea? That's my view. I mean, do they really need him? Because you've got Navas and you've got Courtois. So my only thinking is, if they really want De Gea, I believe that Courtois gets bounced out, because Navas does not deserve to be sold. Not only does he not deserve to be sold, I feel that he's got a stronger rapport with Navas than he does with Courtois, and Courtois has been a brick. All right, let's be real. Courtois has been a brick. So if De Gea is going to come in, I believe De Gea has to be the number one keeper, and I think second will be Navas. But you know what? I don't think that is Zidane's priority. Like, I don't think De Gea is Zidane's priority, and United cannot afford to lose David De Gea, especially if they don't get any top defenders. They cannot afford to lose your boy David De Gea, because that guy is huge, man. What? So I'm just looking here. Real Madrid to demand 500 million euros for Rafael Varane. So how much is Varane worth? Because I think that we have to, when we're looking at Varane, we have to be fair here, how we view Varane. Don't judge Varane based on this season. Because if you judge Varane based on this season, he's a brick. Like he's a classy brick, because this has been his worst season. Oh, Real Madrid, bloody hell. So my thing about it is that 100 million for Varane is not really beyond the pale because Varane is still a quality defender who is quick. Who is quick? Yo, 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 yo. Fortune, why did you delete that super chat, bro? I was about to view that. You can't. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yo, yeah, yeah. Why did you, yo, Sec? What did you type? Don't use super chat again. But I mean, but what did he type? Then I can answer your thing. Fortune, I don't know why you deleted that. The guy sent a super chat, bro. You can't delete delete a guy's super chat, man. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So my I think for Varane is that Varane is still a defender. You know, it's crazy that Real Madrid are thinking of letting him go because that's a guy that you need. That is a guy that you need. So I don't know why they want to let him go, but unless, and this brings me to another point, Kalidou Koulibaly. Now I'm hearing that Koulibaly wants to actually leave um, Napoli. Koulibaly is one of the best defenders in the world. He's one of the best defenders in the world. I know I get it, guys. Liverpool fans will go crazy. See, as of right now, maybe I'd put Van Dijk maybe ahead of Koulibaly, but it's very close. It is very. Those guys are two players who are very close in quality. So what I'm thinking is that maybe Real Madrid are looking to say we're going to partner Koulibaly with Homeboy. Well, we're going to partner Koulibaly with Sergio Ramos, and then we're going to now allow Varane to leave. But trust me, Koulibaly is a player that every team should be looking for. Everybody should be looking at him because he's a quality defender. He's a quality defender, and I think obviously Liverpool fans have actually been saying, "Oh, yo, yo, yo." I mean, if you have a defensive pairing of Koulibaly and Van Dijk, guys, that's a defensive pairing. That's a defensive pairing. And I always say that, people underestimate the benefits and the advantages of having a strong, robust defensive line. Because if you have two quality defenders, that is a great foundation for you to do great things within a league. So, because I know Juve are looking at him, United are looking at him. I'm not sure how much Liverpool are looking at him, because I've definitely heard that Man United and Juventus are the two teams who have really been looking towards him. But let me be real. I mean, if Juventus gets Koulibaly, man, then it's like then like it's like almost like guys like what are we doing here? Like it's like what the hell are we doing here? Like there's no point. Just speaking briefly back to, remember guys, I am still gonna watch Punisher season 2. That is next on my list. I'm gonna try and knock that out in one night, and then give you guys a review upon it. But I just get my head. Oh, I just need to, I just need to just get my head and everything in order, and then I'll definitely give you guys the lowdown on that. I mean, basically, people really threw a lot of shade on Sergio Ramos. Let me put it very simply about Sergio Ramos, man. Ramos is a player who, if he's not on your team, you hate him. If Ramos is on your team, you love him. That's the thing. See, Ramos is the kind of player who everybody would love that guy to be on their team. Everybody would want to get that guy on your team because he's a winner, but he's like a prick. The guy's like a prick. Yo, Naza, I didn't get your super chats. I've only received 3 super chats. So I'm not sure that your super chat went through, homie. Um, so yeah, so I mean, and I think really the people who hate Ramos the most are Liverpool fans, based on how he dislocated Salah's shoulder in the Champions League. But if we're being objective here, Ramos is a very good reader of the game, a great tackler, an amazing leader, is clutch, the most clutch defender of all time. The most clutch defender of all time is Ramos. The the biggest criticism of Ramos is his discipline. That is the biggest I'm thinking of him. But in life, you have to really be have that tenaciousness about you. You have to have that tenaciousness about you, man. So, so deletes. So deletes for 65 mil. No, look, man. That's a pretty nice purchase. So only 919. But again, I think with this whole thing is, whenever you see a player who's really good, really young, are you sure he's going to be consistent? It's like Mbappe coming into the scene when he was like 17, 18, like, whoa, what the hell? And then doing that craziness at 19 years of age at the World Cup. So, but those things you never know, that could they be a rarity? Are those the kinds of things that you really believe that you will see on a consistent basis? It's hard to know. It's hard to know. So, but Barcelona definitely needed another central defender, because I believe that the thing for Barca is Piqué is getting old. Piqué is getting old, and Umtiti definitely is the defender of the future. And I think basically Umtiti is supposed to be the guy that's going to be replacing Piqué. Longley really is a guy from the road. So I think it's the delete Umtiti the defense, because remember, Barca know that dark day is coming. That very, very sad day is coming when Messi either retires or he decides to end his career in Rosario. So they know that they have to pretty much have something in place to pretty much prepare themselves for that man. So yeah, Ramsey. I think someone just mentioned Ramsey. Ramsey is more like Nedved. See, I don't know, man. Like this whole Ramsey to Juve thing. Maybe he will prove me wrong. Maybe Ramsey will prove me wrong, man. I've never rated Ramsey that highly. You know, I've never rated him that highly. Like, I mean, Ramsey he's a quality player. Quality player. Are we gonna say he's an amazing player? Are we going to put him on the same level as, let's say, a Pjanic or an Eriksen? He can have some of those games where he's like really good, really quality. How often are we going to see that? And also remember, you have to keep in mind that Ramsey is coming into a whole different team. Juventus that play, it's a different league, it's a different system as well. Now, I don't want to now be like pessimistic and say, oh no, like he can only play in he's a system player. But you have to now say to yourself that, okay, how likely is it that he will be able to flourish in Juventus? You don't know. But I'm not hating, because it's a great move for him, a huge move for him. He got a lot of cash for him. And what I always say to a lot of English players, same thing with a Sancho and so forth, is make that move. The Premier League isn't the center of the world. You learn so much by playing in different leagues. Like, an ideal career for a player is to play in at least 3 different leagues. That's the ideal career for a player. Hence why Cristiano has had pretty much an ideal career. That is why what was it called? Ibrahimovic has probably had the most ideal career. I mean, Holland, England, Italy, France, Spain, America. Wait a minute. Pause. Has Ibrahimovic played in more leagues than any other professional player? I need somebody to do a fact check on that. Ibrahimovic may have played in more different leagues than any other player. Because I just named he's played in 6 different leagues. Has any player had that? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. All right. Let's see super chats from Mukta Abdi. Mukta Abdi with the super chats. Thank you, Mukta Abdi. Name 3 players you would fear the most in defense. All right. So I'll do currently and of all time. So currently, the Us, 100% the Us, Messi, and probably Son. Probably Son. The Us, ambidextrous, right and left. That's hell for a player. Messi, too good technically. He's too good technically, and he's got a low center of gravity, hell to tackle. And Son, he's direct and he's quick. So his speed and how direct he is makes it very, very difficult. Now, of all time, real Ronaldo, for sure. See, I think, yeah, real Ronaldo. Let me think. So that's the thing. Fear. Fear. Henri. And maybe Garincha. Maybe Garincha, yeah. Maybe those, yeah, maybe those guys for sure, man. So yeah, that's thingy. Sadio Mane over Son. Now look, I love Sadio. That's an interesting question. Who is better, Sadio Mane or Son? See, Mane is. They're two very different players. See, I would fear Son more than Mane, but I think Sadio Mane has more ability. There you go. Sadio Mane has more ability than Son does, but I think Son is more dangerous than Mane because of Son's speed and how direct he is. See, like Mane isn't that direct; he's more skillful, but Son is more direct and he's got a very good ball control. So that is definitely problematic. Why can't I speak? Definitely problematic. Um, Sebastian, who the hell is Sebastian? Guy, if you dare mention that name again, I will throw you out of this live chat. Don't mention that name. Nobody mention that name in here. Yeah, I mean, you know what? People have been asking me this, and I may do a video on this. Why do I not have Ronaldinho as a horseman? And a lot of people have been saying this. Why don't I have Ronaldinho as a horseman? Ronaldinho is one of the most iconic players of all time. Like, Ronaldinho can go walk on a street and people will literally scamper towards him and just go and hug him. So, Dino is that dude. Dino is that flipping dude. Why don't I have him as a horseman? 2006. He has the minimum requirement. Like, he almost has everything. He has the minimum requirement, which is a World Cup. He has the impact. He's got the skill. He's got the iconic thing. But there's just something of his World Cup was 2006. Because even if he did win that World Cup in 2002, he wasn't the star. The star was Ronaldo. Ronaldo was a star. He was the one that really shone. That was his World Cup. Maradona shone in 1986. Zizou shone in France in 1998. Pele shone in 58 and in 1970. See, Ronaldinho had his moments. Oh my gosh, look at the flipping England game. They passed Rivaldo and that goal. But 2006, remember, that was 2006, he had just won the Champions League with Barcelona. And 2006 was Ronaldinho at his peak. 2002, he was not at his peak. He was still on the come up. So like, but 2006 was Ronaldinho at his peak. That was when he was the best player in the world. That was when he was undoubtedly the undisputed best player in the world. So, and because first of all, it was best player in the world, you were at your peak, and Brazil had the best team at the World Cup. The best perform, the team that performed the best was Argentina. The great team of Argentina 2006, I'm going to be dropping that very soon. But it's just on paper, the best team was Brazil. That Brazil team had Ronaldo, Kaká, Adriano, Robinho, Cafu, and Ronaldinho. And Jorginho. That Brazil 2016 might be the most stacked team on paper of all time. So my thing about it, because I'm still thinking about it, I'm still thinking, but that is what really holds me back, because I was like, you should have won the World Cup. And it's so weird because, remember, Brazil won it in 2002. That should have been the time you should have defended it. Same thing with why I feel like Brazil should have won three World Cups in a row. They won it in 94. They should have won it in 1998, and then of course they won it in 2002. But yeah, so yeah, that is why I don't have him as a horseman. But despite that, he definitely gets a special mention. I mean, he's one of the closest to being a horseman. The closest person to being the sixth horseman is Dino, as of right now. It ain't Buffon, no way. So look, man, guys, man, the Champions League is getting hyped, man. We're getting close. We're getting close, man. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be big. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be very, very big, and I personally cannot wait, to see what goes down in there, because again, with every day we're just building up. We are building up to these things happening, and as we're building up, always in the back of my mind, I'm like, can we get a shock? Who's going to stand up and get a shock? Can Ajax do something? Can Tottenham go to the post and say, what up to Man City? Which do I think are going to be the best two legs? Tough. That's really tough to say. So you say Maradona is not as good as Messi. Messi is more talented than Maradona. Maradona is greater than Messi. If I'm picking a guy, if I'm playing pack for football right now, I'm picking Messi to be on my team. If I'm going to a World Cup final or a game against aliens, a winner take all, and this game, everything is on the line, I'm picking Maradona. I'm not picking Messi for a winner takes all kind of game. It's not happening. No way. No. Frankfurt can't beat Chelsea, but as I said again, with that lineup and Zad, a fully fit Zad, anything is possible. A fully fit Zad, anything is possible. Guys, it's not going to be easy. I never said it's going to be easy. Life isn't easy. Life is tough. Life is tough. It's not going to be easy. But all I'm saying is that a fully fit Zad and that lineup, I don't want to see Barca, I don't want to see Alonso, a fully fit lineup, anything can happen. Any flipping thing can flipping happen. So apparently Real Madrid lost. That's what I'm hearing. Apparently Real Madrid lost. Bro, look, this guy even mentioned Osman. I am going to be putting my next thing on the Patreon channel, which is the Argentina 2006 is the next great team thing. I'm currently editing that now. And I'm doing a retrospective on the 2006 World Cup final. So I'm really going back in time. And because that's Argentina 2016. That team and one of my favorite players of all time, Juan Roman Riquelme. Like, in case you kids don't know, just go on YouTube. That's a video about YouTube. Look up Juan Roman Riquelme. Probably the best player you don't know about. That's what it is. He is the best player you don't know about. Juan Roman Riquelme. A demon of a baller. An absolute demon of a of a baller man. Look, no. Arsenal have a chance in the Europa. Like for me, Arsenal, I feel are a wild card for this Europa League, because Arsenal can lose 3-0, 4-0 on their day. They can beat anybody because a team that has both Lacazette and Aubameyang, they are a team that can score against anybody. There is no team left in the Europa that Arsenal can't beat. There is no team there that Arsenal can't beat because there's such a wild team. There's such a wild team where out of nowhere they can lose inexplicably, they can win explicably. They can score 3, 4, 5 goals. So they're such a wild card. Hence why that's such a dangerous team to face because you don't know what you're going to be facing. Like, and because Emery keeps on changing formations, changing lineups, changing tactics, it's one of the toughest teams to play because what tape do you follow? Because when you look at the tape, you just say, "Oh, change." Nothing is consistent. So it's definitely a tricky one, man. Yo, Jeff, what's up? Welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. What up, man? What up? So yeah, guys. So just rounding off now, man. Let's see. Look, man. For City, guys, just okay. So I was about to say, City just wrap up this whole Premier League. Like the most exciting title race is the Bundesliga title race because you're dealing with two teams that are inconsistent and you don't know what's happening. I think City and Liverpool, I think they are very consistent. So if you put in the mindset that they're very consistent, City are strong favorites. But in the Bundesliga, I can't tell you who the strong favorites are because Bayern and Dortmund can just lose inexplicably without me even knowing. But as I already mentioned, if City come through these next 2 weeks unscathed, they've won the Premier League. But Palace away, United away, and the Tottenham game. I think for the Tottenham game, I think that's cool because I just think that I think City are a really good matchup up against Tottenham. That's Palace game away. That's the one. Those are two huge games. Palace away, United away. So this month is key. This is the critical month. Remember, Liverpool have Chelsea, and that's the game. See, if Liverpool beats Chelsea, they're good. If Liverpool beats Chelsea, they're good. All right, so I'm just super chat here from Ricky Rick. When people are talking about goals, why don't they talk about longevity? Messi has balled in 12 seasons straight and scored more than 40 goals in 9 seasons straight. See, this is... let me explain this. And I think that people have rightfully used this argument against me that why can't I view Cristiano and Messi as GOATs based on their longevity? And I would argue that, you could call them greats in a different sense. In a different sense, they are greats. In a different sense, they are great, 100%. But for me, a great, in my view, is a moment. What moments did you have? And what was the degree of difficulty? Pele was 17 years old and he inspired his team to a World Cup win. 17. 12 years later, 29 years old, he inspired his team to a second World Cup win. I think only him and I think it's only him and Brighton who have played in 2 World Cup finals. And I believe Pele is the only player to win 2 World Cups. Zidane, 2006, coming out of retirement, almost won the World Cup for France. Ronaldo, 2002, knee injury, taken out, look at what homeboy did. Maradona, 1986 World Cup. Napoli have only won 2 big titles, and it's one that Maradona delivered them. Beckenbauer won the World Cup as a player, won the World Cup as a manager, won the European Cup as a player, won the European Cup as a manager. So these are stats. This is great. Okay, this is full on great. So in that sense, gotta hold it down. So I'm waiting for that great moment from Messi and Cristiano. Because they've had amazing moments, but they've not had that quintessential moments where you're like, okay, wow, that was money. That was money. You know, and that's what we're waiting for. Because I always say that Messi is on the cusp of being a horseman. Because as I've always said, Messi is arguably the most talented attack. Is no, yeah. Arguably, Messi is the most talented attacking player that we've ever seen. I don't think we've ever seen a guy with his goal scoring ability, passing ability, creative ability, and dribbling ability. Like, there's never been a player who has dribbled, created, passed the ball, and scored to the degree of Messi. So, based on talent, you could argue that he's the most talented attacking player. Remember. There are attacking players and there are defensive players. I am sleeping on Burnley, guys. I'm fully asleep on Burnley. So on the way, Burnley, I ain't mad. So, but as far as attacking goes, but greatness is different. Greatness isn't about talent. Greatness is about this. It's about heart. Greatness is about heart. It's about what you can do to affect the game. And look, man, they still have time. I doubt. Let's see what Messi does in the Copa America this summer. But I strongly doubt it. I strongly doubt it. I strongly doubt it. Look, man. Let me even see. Let me even check this Real Madrid thing. What's it called? So wait, Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Wow, they lost to Valencia. Wow, Gedesh. You allowed a brick to score against you, but look, man. You see, I think this season is a write-off for Real Madrid. Ugly Madrid. It's a write-off. So them losing to Valencia, like the main aim for Zizou is to finish in the top 4. So none of the matches really matter. Just maintain top 4, and then we'll basically deal with everything as we go on. But I'm saying this right now, though. I'm saying this right now. Zidane will not be as successful this time around as it was before with Real Madrid. It's not happening. Like, we have to give him credit for what he did. Like, what Zidane did in those 3 years makes no sense. It makes no sense. But I suppose, if you're a horseman have special powers. But you realize that Real Madrid won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. I don't want people to say he won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. So that's why Real Madrid fans have to be very careful. Do you honestly believe that Zidane is going to come back and win 3 Champions Leagues in a row with Real Madrid? Give me a break. That is not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Oh, someone says, "Wait, how long is Aguero injured for, man?" But I still think that even if see, that's the thing about City. Even if Aguero is injured, they're cool. They're cool. They're cool because City have too many goal scorers. Like, I will be very surprised if City don't close down the league. But I don't think Aguero is that big a miss. It's definitely a miss. It's definitely something that will worry Pep, especially going into a very exciting. Oh no, look, guys, I'm really excited about this Champions League coming in, man. I'm really excited. I'm really excited with this Champions League coming in, man. Because as I keep saying it, I'm just hoping for a shock. All I want is a shock. It would be cool if we get the big dogs through. But how cool would it be if, let's say, FC Porto did something, or Ajax did something, or Tottenham did something? I keep saying, and just to reiterate what I said in my last thing, if United beats Barcelona, if United make the mistake of beating Barcelona and knocking them out in the quarterfinals, Messi's retiring from football. He might retire from life. He might actually retire from life. That's the true thing, man. So yeah, guys, look, man. I think right now it's time for me to munch. I'm still waiting for my super malt crates. Hopefully, those things can arrive in good time. And yeah, man, I will. So Thursday, we film Hope Meets Banter. So I'm going to be meeting Drifty Devil and the lovely Leonie to film this week's Hope Meets Banter, man. And yeah, man, we'll definitely have a lot to discuss. So that's going to be dropping on Friday. That's also going to be dropping on Friday. And we have a lot of very exciting football happening this weekend. I mean, so Friday, you go Southampton, Liverpool. Then Saturday it goes down, man. Saturday it goes down, man. It goes down on Saturday. Super chats. CFC Anuj says, Double H, trust Sarri and his process. Trust me. I don't trust. I'm sorry. Thank you, CFC Anuj, for your thing. I don't trust Sarri. He has not earned my trust. He needs to do a lot more for him to earn my trust. And at the moment, nah, he's not here to earn my trust. Guys, it's been swell. It's been cool. I will see you guys on the other side. Peace out. Stay true. Peace and stay black.